guys, what's up? It's your girl Dolly Roman, and I feel like the last time I sat down and did a video I probably had this hat on, but I don't care because this is my fave hat. But anyway, it's been a while since I actually got a chance to sit down and like film a video. School has started, so like here, and that's why I basically wanted to do the college vlog so you guys can see what I'm doing throughout the week. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. So I'm just gonna do a story time video today. I was trying to decide between topics on what to do, but I kind of chose the time that I almost got in a fight with my manager. That's not funny, but I swear the story is funny, but there's like a good meaning behind it. So if you guys don't know, well, you don't know, but the whole time I've been working, I've only worked at 4 different places. I've worked at Six Flags, I've worked at Journeys, I've worked at Forever 21, and now I'm working at Rainbow, which is the longest job that I have been at. And when I worked at Journeys, I worked at Six Flags for like 2 weeks and then I quit. And I didn't have a job for a while. So like my senior year of high school, it was right before prom. I was like, yeah, let me just get a job because this stuff for prom is kind of going to be expensive and ain't nobody got money for all of that. Like, so I was like, okay. So I had put an application in at Journeys, maybe like I kept calling, they were hiring. So then I just happened to call up there one day. It was during my spring break and I spoke with the manager. She was like, yeah, you can come in for an interview. She liked me, and then I got the job right on the spot as soon as I got the interview. I went in for training for a couple of days, and then at the same time that I went in for training, they were actually moving the store to the 2nd level of the mall. So we moved upstairs to the 2nd level of the mall and I began working there. I have to say though, kind of like based on like my previous job experience, I kind of like Journeys the best, and probably Forever 21, like as far as getting along with the people I work with, because it wasn't all girls like it is at Rainbow. Like it was a mixture of guys and girls, so it wasn't as catty as it is working at Rainbow. But yeah, so when you work at like stores like that, you're supposed to do like sales quotas. So basically I had a quota for the week, the day, the month, the year that always had to be met. And also like I had a certain percentage of shoes, accessories, and like shoe care and socks I was always supposed to sell. Now at the time that we were moving upstairs as well, the mall was under construction, so the business in the mall was very, very slow. Some nights I would be working, nobody would come in the store. Like everybody would basically be in the hallway of the mall, like hanging out, because nobody would be in the mall shopping. And it was kind of ridiculous. So like, make a long story short, I was working at Journeys probably from, I want to say like April of 2012 to December of 2012. So I had a manager who came in. It was a guy. First of all, I had one girl manager, and all her co-managers basically started quitting. And at a time, it was just her and another girl. And then no, I'm about to tell a lie, Jesus. First of all, when I got hired by a completely different manager, but that manager got moved to another mall, and then it ended up being the co-manager. She got moved up to store manager, and then there was another girl, she was co-manager. The co-manager ended up leaving and going to work at PacSun, and then my manager, she had to find another manager. Quickly, she found someone. It was a guy. He was like he was of Indian, like he was Indian, and like he seemed cool, but he had a very smart mouth. And anybody who knows me, truly knows me, they know I have a mouth of my own. So I try to keep it like here sometimes, but sometimes it just don't work. But anyway, make a long story short, so he was working there, and basically come to find out, when it was sometime like around back to school and stuff, like certain times we got busy, like back to school, Black Friday, Christmas, stuff like that. And around back to school, no, around Christmas we were working, and it used to get so busy and hectic in the store on the weekends that we would have to ring other people's cells. Now that the way that Journeys works, you have to put in a certain code for that person, and then the cells ring under their name, and that's how you meet your quota or whatever that you have to make for the day or the week or whatever. Come to find out, he was actually stealing people's cells, and he had like the highest percentage in the store. Eventually he ended up quitting. So after he ended up quitting, everybody else in the store got a write-up from the district manager because nobody met their sales code. But in the back of my mind, I'm just like, how could she not realize that he's obviously doing something wrong if he's the only one in the store that has a high sales quota? So being that the mall was slow and all this stuff as time went on, I basically got like, I had 2 write-ups. So basically I was on my second warning by the time, right before I was gonna leave anyway. So it was December, and I came into work, and my manager was like, yeah, Asia, you know, like you're on your second write-up. If you get one for this month, then you're gonna be fired, blah blah blah. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna get fired, I'm just gonna quit, because quitting from a job always looks better than you getting fired, because you getting fired looks like you did something wrong. If you quit, you left on your own terms, on your own reason, and it doesn't look so bad. So anybody who also knows, like when I first started my channel, I was always an avid Forever 21 shopper. So like Forever 21 used to be my favorite store at a point. Like there would be a time where I could not go in there. So what was happening at the time, as the mall was remodeling and stuff, they were making Forever 21 2 floors. So one of the girls who worked at Forever 21, she really liked me, and I always used to go in there. She was like, you know, you should work here, you're always shopping here, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll fill out an application, just let me know when you guys are hiring. So crazy thing about that situation is, when I was about to get fired from Journeys, Forever 21 was doing like a job fair, and they were basically just hiring anybody at the time. So they did a job fair one night. I think I was supposed to work at Journeys, but since the business in the mall was so slow, the hours got cut at Journeys. And the same day, Forever 21 was having a job fair. So I went right over to Forever 21, and I fill out my application, blah blah blah. I get hired on the spot. So I went over to my manager, and I told her, like, look, I got the job, you know, if I get a write-up just in case, or, you know, I'm gonna quit instead of, you know, getting fired, because like I said, quitting from a job look way better than you getting fired, like way better. So she's like, okay, blah blah blah. So like I said, this is around Christmas time. If anybody who works in retail, you know Christmas is the busiest time of the year, like for any retail store. And especially like Journeys, because they sell Doc Martens, they sell Uggs, they sell like, and some of the stuff they sell is just only exclusive to Journeys. Like, it's so freaking busy in that store. So the district manager actually had made all the schedules leading up to Christmas. So I think we started at Forever 21, like everybody started at Forever 21 maybe the week before Christmas, or something like 2 weeks before Christmas, the week before Christmas. So I'm basically now balancing 2 jobs, and now I'm out of school like for winter break or whatever. I'm like, I'm thinking at one time I can do it, but knowing me, it's too stressful. I really can't do it. That's why like now I couldn't even work 2 jobs and be in school, because it is too stressful. Like, I mean, I would love it, like get up, oh, I'm going to work, I'm getting a paycheck, but like, no, I can't. Like, my brain is already in 3,000 places. I don't need it in 6,000, 9,000 places. at once. Like, I can't function like that. So anyway, so we started at Forever 21. So the first day that we actually worked at Forever 21, we did an overnight shift, and basically we worked from 9 o'clock at night to about 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I was so tired, like I had like sleepy drunkenness going on by the time we got off work. Like, you'd have thought I was drunk, how sleepy I was. Like, it was crazy. And then I had to get up the next day and go in by either 12 or 1 o'clock or something, 2 o'clock, something like that. And I got off early. So like I said, I was still working at Journeys at the time. So when Forever 21, since they wanted me to work there so bad at first, when they first opened, they gave me all these hours, but then I got my schedule at Journeys, and being that Journeys was my first job, I had to basically like tell them I can't work all these hours here because they basically had me on a schedule here. So here it is the week before Christmas, and I'm like basically giving my money away from Forever 21 because Forever 21 paid more than Journeys at the time. So I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so aggravated. Like, I don't know what to do right now. Like, so like I said, the district manager had made all the schedules for like the month of December. So basically she was scheduling so many people and having so many people on the schedule at one time that we couldn't work. So I remember this day crisply, clearly to this day. I will never forget it. So I go into work, it's a Saturday. Anybody who knows me, or you guys know, I don't drive. So basically I had to get dropped off at the bus stop by my house, get on the bus in the cold, go to the mall, walk outside in the cold to go inside the mall to this job that I was sick of being at because I was already about to get fired, and I just wanted to go to my other job and make my little extra change or coins or whatever. So I get there and my manager's like, oh my God, I didn't even know you worked today. So I'm just like to her, well, aren't you the manager? Don't you know who's on the schedule? Well, you know, such and such made the schedule. And I'm just like, okay, but you're still the manager. That's your job, to know who's coming into work today. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I start, like, I didn't have too many customers. I got there at 2. So it's about 3:15, 3:30, and it's a couple of us in the back room, and she comes in the back room and she's like, hey, I'm gonna have to send you guys home at 4 o'clock. So I'm looking at her like, no, she didn't. I said, Jesus, no, she didn't. She didn't just come back here and say that. Like, no, she didn't. So I'm like to her, what do you mean? Like, I said, first of all, if you didn't need us to come into work, why didn't you call us before most of us got here and just tell us not to come? Because that was a waste of my time. Getting up, getting dressed to come here for what? And now I'm going, turning right back around and go home. Like, I could have stayed in my bed. And everyone knows I value my sleep. I could have been asleep all day and very happy in the bed. Like, was she serious? So I probably would have remained calm, but she decided to get smart with me. And like I told y'all, my mouth is very, like, very, very, very vicious when I get mad. So I tried to keep it here, but she had me here that day. So she's like, so I'm like, are you serious? Like, are you really sending us home? So she had the nerve to say to me, I'm sorry for cursing you guys, but this is exactly what she said. This is exactly what she said to me. She said, you know what, Asia, you don't want to fucking be here anyway because obviously you're concerned with your other job. So you know what, you can just go ahead and go to your other fucking job. So I had to speak to the 3 people in the back of my head and say, was she talking to me? Because she don't know I'm really crazy. So I said to her, who are you talking to? Like, who do you think you're talking to? Because you're not talking to me. Like, that's what you're not. So she want to proceed to go back and forth with me. I'm like, look, I don't do the arguing. I will beat you up back here in this back room. I don't care who you are. You're not talking to me. Like, no, you did not just come out your face and curse at me. Like, I get it, we cursing. If you cursing at me, we joking. But you just cursed at me and came at me crazy for no type of reason. So I'm like, is she serious right now? I was like, you know what? I said, you know what? Something must have came over me, because I usually people like her probably would have hit. But I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I quit. I'm done. Like, you don't have to worry about me coming back to this job, like, ever. Like, this has been a waste of my time. I'm done. So I got my coat. I didn't even leave at 4 o'clock. After she said what she said to me, I got my coat and stuff and left. So then I was sitting at the bus stop and I called my mom on the phone. So I'm telling my mom what happened. And I'm like, yeah, like, she just cursed at me, blah, blah, blah. So my mom like, oh no, I'm coming up there. So I thought my mom was joking, y'all, but my mom really crazy. And she came up to the mall in like 10 minutes. I thought she was joking, like, I really did. But she was like, no, I'm coming. And so, well, besides that part of all of that happened, like, I'm really like when I'm a very dedicated worker. Like, I will do anything because I love money. Well, I won't do anything, but I'll do anything. Like, most of the time when people need people to come in, I'll go in and I'll do anything. Like, if you need me to stay an extra hour or two, I'll do it. Like, I've always been like that since I started working. But, so back to the story. So my mom and her friend got up to the mall. Well, it's not her friend anymore, but she got up to the mall in like 10 minutes. So my mom's like, I'm going in here, blah, blah, blah. I wish she was in here so she could tell y'all what she did herself, but so we go back upstairs and my mom and her friend go into Journeys. So I don't know what was said, but all I seen was a bunch of this, right? And I was standing outside by like the Pearson Pagoda, so I'm like, oh Lord, I can only imagine what's going on. So then next thing you know, my mom and her friend walk out and my mom is like, and I'm calling corporate, da 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 da. I'm like, oh my God. And all I see my old manager in there crying. So I don't know what my mom said to her, y'all, but my mom's a little crazy. So yeah, I wouldn't mess with her. But I told y'all that story. I told y'all that story to say this, basically. And I had to really learn this from my friend, like Maj. Like, even though Maj is younger than me, Maj be telling me stuff and then it click in my head. Like, really, to tell y'all the truth, even though you're working at a job now, that's not your career and everything is temporary. You're not going to be, unless it's by choice that you want to do that, you're not going to be stuck in that job forever. So don't stress it. Like, it's not that serious. That's how I feel about my job now. Like, my job is just a job. It's not my career. I'm graduating in May and I'm already putting the steps to whatever I gotta do so that I can have a successful career. I'm not worried about Rainbow. Rainbow will be there at the end of the day. Me getting a degree is more important. So this life story to this story is that things are just temporary. Don't worry about these jobs. I mean, not worry about. If you got a job and you're young and you're in school, by all means, hand clap to you, because I've been doing it since my first year of college and it's not easy. And sometimes you have places that don't even want to hire you if you're in school because they don't want to be flexible around your hours. But basically, it is what it is. Like, nobody's gonna work in retail forever. Like, that's just a stepping stone. Like, for me, I kind of got into retail more than anything else because I actually do want to own my own store one day. So me working at all these different places has basically taught me the rights and wrongs of how to run a business. So yeah, that's how I feel. So like I said, everything is temporary. Don't worry about it. Life goes on. If you get in a fight with your manager, walk away. Don't say what I said. But like, you know, sometimes you can't keep letting people disrespect you when you do your all for them. Like, it's just not worth it. Like, if you have a loyal employee and they'll break their back and like come to work, they do whatever you ask them, they'll stay an hour longer, like, people should appreciate that. And I think that's one of the misconceptions with like businesses and just people who work today, is people make a lot of excuses for people, and that's why they get away with whatever they want to do, and it never gets better. And it starts here. If you're the manager, it starts with you and it trickles down to your employees. So you have to set an example. So yeah, that's my story time video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys laughed a little bit. We'll be back to our regular scheduled videos very soon. There should be a couple fashion, couple nail, couple hair videos coming, so I don't want to spoil all the goods. But thank you for watching. Comment, rate,